Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this bitmap and they wanted to know how to get rid of the bird. Well, I did, and then I started playing with it. This is how my mind works. I ran into this accidentally. I made a heart. So let's just do this. This thing is still pretty big, so let's reduce it in size. It's less than 3. Let's set our net factor to 3. Let's go ahead and, as always, I make a duplicate of it, move it over or up. I'm going to take the original. I'm going to go to Trace Bitmap, Outline, Trace, Clip Art. This is really pretty easy. And there's a couple of ways you can do it. And right here, we got some white. So we're going to go and remove color from entire background. And then we're going to move that over. And I don't do it when I'm doing it, but I'm going to prove or show you how to prove that it's all gone. So if I hadn't removed that interior white, you would see that, and that could cause you problems. Now we're going to take this one, and I'm going to left click, right click. Now, all we need to do is get rid of the bird. And there's two trains of thought. We need to get rid of his feet, touching, and the little nibs, which somebody did a really good draw. The bird's not really touching anywhere else. He's in front of the branch. So we're going to get a 2-point line. Now I'm going to go from that node to that node, and then I'm going to give a little bit of curve like the branch would be. That node to that node, and give it that same curve. Now, you could cut this off, but we don't have to the way we're going to do it now. We're going to fix his feet, and we're going to go, I'm going to go ahead and go 3-point line curve again. And I'm just going to go right there, and I'm going to give it just a little bit of a curve. And I'm going to actually go past the curve this time. Now this, we could do the exact same thing. And that might be the easiest, but let's look at this. Okay, we have to ungroup it. So let's select it, go up to Object Group and ungroup. Let's get our nodes, and let's delete these nodes. Look at that. We could actually delete a few more. So instead of drawing a line like I did on the other ones for his feet and his neck. So now, instead of cutting, let's just take the Smart Fill tool and fill in. Look at that. We have that limb. Now we have a little bit of a rough spot there. And that's just because that's because I did that right there. But now that that is a one shape item, and those red lines are, like if I hit this and delete it, my red lines are still there. But now that we have a solid item, I can take the shape tool and delete that node. I can take the smoothing tool. And that's when I saw that, then I always play around with it. I've already sent them I sent them the file. Now I'm going to send them the video. I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate. Taking the two-sided arrow, I'm going to do right there. And then I just kind of happen to see a cross or a heart upside down. Now there's a number of ways you could do this, but we don't really want this kind of heart right there, or that part of me. So let's do this so we can kind of look at it. Let's mirror it the other way. And you can kind of see the heart. So all I really want to do is get rid of this part right here. So immediately, or not, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the shape tool and I'm going to go, I had it selected. No, I'm not sorry. 3-point curve line. Just kind of break that off. I don't care what this looks like right now. Take the virtual segment delete key and delete that. Now I will fix that, but I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool and fill it in and move it over. Then I'm going to left click, right click again. It doesn't look much like a heart, but this is the reason I do that is because now it's all connected. I'm going to sneak in here and delete all these nodes, as many as I can, without really conforming. Then I'm going to add a node here by double clicking and see how I can bring that down. Then add a node by double clicking, and I need to take away one more node. So that to me kind of looks more like a heart shape. And if you right click and turn this into a cusp, you can do one thing at a time. And you could work on that and get it perfect. Now to make the other heart, because this item is a equal item, I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page, which is way over here. Let me just get rid of these now. And I'm actually going to make it larger now. And then I'll hit P, put it in the center of the page. I'm going to bring in an indexing line, turn them on, and hit P. I already had one. So that's going to give me some, I can sneak a line right through this. So we're going to take the 3-point curve line, and I only really have to do half of it or one side of it, but I'm going to go ahead and do both sides. I'm going to come in like right here with my line, and I'm going to go to there, and then I'm going to give I did a 2-point line, which is really, let's leave it like that. Now what we're going to check on is Control D and take our two-sided handle and see if it kind of matches up. It should match up because we're perfectly equal, and that's going to help us in the long run. I don't want to get rid of too many of these leaves, so I'm going to bring this up a little bit because I want to make this, I don't mind sacrificing a leaf, and I might have to sacrifice two. And then this is kind of like, you don't have to do this, but I'm just going to kind of show you something to think about. Parallel dimension tool, and that is 0.15 thick. So let's take this line and make it, well, there's 0.14. Well, that ain't going to, 0.15. See how it made it as thick? 0.15. Now, we can take this, and we're going to let's take both lines by holding down the Shift key, go up to Object, convert outline to an object, left click, right click. And now we can kind of play with this, the two boxes here, and make them, I didn't need them to do that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to select everything, and I'm going to turn it into a curve. Well, I can only do one at a time. Remember, it's an object, so I'm going to go, I guess it's already a curve. So take your, just grab one of the nodes and then just do this. And then maybe move, that down where we kind of got a match. And then let's take this. And that'll make a pretty good edge to a heart. Now, I've sacrificed two leaves, but let's go ahead and do the top first. So we can just delete all that. And we're going to do this on both sides. Well, that worked out well. Now, on this one, I'm going to cut out that and that, because I want the smart field to link through there or flow through there and kind of be part of the heart. Now, I always do this, and I especially do it for a video. I'm going to put a rectangle around it because I might have a leak. So I'm going to get the smart fill tool and fill that in. And if that doesn't look like a heart. Now, I had a better shape up in here, and you could correct something like that. I'm going to save this file, and anybody ever wants it, I'm going to call it heart leaf or leaf heart. I don't know that you'd ever want it. You could do the same thing. I might even clean it up after the video. I think it would be a really good graphic for a couple or, anybody that, anyway. It'd be fun to play with. Hope that helped. Thank you for watching.